Did I blow this thing up?
Holy shit! The car was even celebrating!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking in. But what we got going on today is the car behind me, the blue Turd. I gotta start getting this thing taken apart. I gotta go through a bunch of things, make sure everything's good, because I want to take this thing out testing. It's been 6 months since I've done anything with this car, and I'm missing it. I'm missing it so much. So during this video, I'm gonna tear down the car. We're gonna pull the motor out, check all the bearings. We're gonna do just a big health check, just make sure the car is ready to go. Now that the hood's off, now the real work begins. A lot easier to get to everything now. So first step on the bottom side of this is we gotta get up under here and we gotta remove this big tray. This big tray is what I call the shit went bad tray. It catches all your bad stuff. It catches all of your oil, your transmission fluid, your connecting rods, pieces of your block, and you know, it keeps you safe. Upon further inspection, there's all the oil from the oil leak on the oil pump. Removing the intake, super easy. Check out these vibrant clamps. You literally pull this pin, separate the collar. All comes off in one piece. You do the same thing on this side down here. Pull the pin. Hard to do one-handed, but the clamp comes off, and there we go. So we got the catch can off, and hopefully we got clear liquid coming out of this thing, but my breather problem, I bet you it's a lot of oil. Actually not too bad. Not too bad. That's actually a good sign. So for the ignition coils, what I went ahead and did was, because I'm going to be rewiring these, I went ahead and labeled all of these. Definitely the wrong way to do it. This harness has been hacked up so much by me. Wireworks wired this car back in the day. They did such a fantastic job, and I kind of messed it up. But hey, it works. Kind of, which is why I'm redoing it. But anyway, beside the point, that's done. I'm gonna finish getting everything apart and yank this motor out of here. So as I take it apart, one big thing that I've always tried to focus on was the ease of being able to work on it. Because when you're in the pits, dude, something breaks, you gotta get this stuff apart fast. And so one cool thing that I had Wireworks do is, this is the main harness going to the ECU. Everything goes to this one joint right here. And literally all you have to do is grab this, twist it, and boom, we're off. Engine harness is completely disconnected. So when I pull this motor out, I literally just have to unhook like the starter, the battery, an oil feed or two, and this thing comes out. So I'm actually really curious what the oil is gonna look like, because I think this oil only has like a few passes on it. All that ethanol. Definitely really watery. Oh yeah, look at that. That is some weird looking oil. You can see all the water in it. So here I am, I'm removing the coolant overflow. So this is important in drag cars because if you start to have a head gasket sealing problem, then you'll end up pushing coolant into this. And from what it sounds like is this thing's empty, which is a great sign. Oh yeah, we're great. So this thing is completely empty. That means chances are we don't have any kind of head gasket sealing issue, which is a great accomplishment. So definitely not completely necessary, but in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this billet intake manifold. I'm gonna pull it apart, show you guys what's underneath it, but more importantly, I got a lift plate that allows actually removing the engine a lot easier. It basically just bolts to the top of the motor and it gives you a spot to really hook a chain or an anchor to, so you can use a lift to pull it out. But let me go ahead and get this pulled off and keep it going. All right, now that that's off, you can see we are running 6 ID 2600cc injectors. We are still a single injector per cylinder. I feed those with a dual -6 feed, dead end into the fuel rail. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these pulled off. That when we get that lift plate installed. Guys, a suggestion, if you ever take your fuel injectors out and you leave them out for really any amount of time, put them in a bag. Do not let these things sit outside and get dust in them. I mean, the smallest particle will clog these things. And in fact, we're actually gonna take these over to a local shop of ours, and we're going to flow test these and then clean them, which if you guys run alcohol fuels or race fuels, I highly suggest you do. And now that we got all that off, we just throw this plate right here, bolt it down, and lift this thing out of here. All right, so I just drained the transmission fluid. So inspection time. So we're looking for any kind of glitter. And really, it looks pretty good. Don't seem to have any kind of metal in it, which is really impressive. So the transmission that's in this car is a straight cut gear set that we've only made 10 of. So literally it's the first and only. You can't buy the things anywhere. And you know, it's holding up to over 1,000 horsepower, 8-second quarter miles. I mean, I've had these transmissions now for over 2 years. I got 2 of them and I haven't broke a gear set, you know, knock on wood. But hey, I'm impressed. So we'll keep on pushing forward. All right, guys, got the hoist out. Everything is disconnected to my knowledge, but we will always test the tensile strength of anything that is not disconnected. We'll go ahead. We're going to start lifting this thing up. The only thing I got left is 2 bolts for the transmission mount, but that is absolutely last. I like to put some tension on this thing before I actually disconnect that. So here we go. engine, Sam.
That's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? This is like a 10-minute long video. And you got through the entire thing. I'm so proud of you. Go subscribe. I promise you, I'm gonna do my best to entertain you. So check into the next one. I got a couple things in the works. So some really exciting things. And on top of it, I'm also gonna give out a video of us actually tearing this thing completely down, inspecting all the bearings and finding out, did I blow this thing up? So guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Thank you. Love you guys.